Here's our interview with Maggie Baugh on Country Fried. Just start a little bit about who you are and just a little bit about yourself.
All right, cool. Well, my name's Maggie. I'm 16 years old. I'm a country singer from South Florida, born and raised here. I'm still finishing up high school. I just finished recording my third album in Nashville, and I just signed my first publishing deal in Nashville in April of this year, actually. Yeah, I'm super excited. I got a huge new project coming out that's going to debut, hopefully, in 2017.
Talking to Chuck about the Kickstarter that you started to raise awareness for your album. Is that the project you're talking about?
Yes, that is. I'm super excited because I finally have a way to give back to all my fans after years and years of them supporting me, backing me up, all their hard work, and I'm just so excited.
So, with you being so young, how hard is it to balance, the entertainment, music business, and your personal life, like school and being social? Because you're still young, and there's still life that you want to go out there and fulfill.
I mean, honestly, it's not as hard as somebody would think about it, because I have such an amazing school that I get exempted from a bunch of stuff that I get to miss, and all my teachers give me all the work beforehand, and I always get time to make up. And I have such supportive fans. All my friends come and hang out with me at all my shows. They're my number one fans. I love them. And I'm just so thankful that, it's not as hard as it seems.
So did you grow up being a musician? Were you singing around the house, or is it something you kind of picked up and wanted to run with?
Well, actually, nobody in my family plays any instrument or is into music, so I kind of picked up violin at preschool. I've been playing violin for almost 11 years. I started when I was 6 years old, and I really wanted to be into classical music. I played at Carnegie Hall in New York City with an orchestra in 7th grade, and I really wanted to be mainly a classical violin player, first chair, and I really wanted to go to Juilliard. When middle school hit, I started getting bullied so badly that instead of doing something a normal teenager would do, I decided to start writing music and singing and songwriting, and I don't know, that's kind of where it happened. So I've been singing and songwriting for almost 5 years now, and, country music, playing guitar and stuff.
Who are your idols in country music? I know there's a lot of people that you're so young that there's people that are still growing up with you that are still phenomenal artists, but were you kind of influenced more by old school country or the new school kind of aspect to it?
Well, my dad grew up in Texas, so he was always into that old school country. So in the car, the only thing that was on was Zach Brown.
All right. Really cool.
So, I mean, for him, that's where some of the singing came up. I also loved Sarah Evans. Sarah Evans' song "Suds in the Bucket" was the first country song I ever learned. As far as violin goes, Charlie Daniels is a legend.
Oh, yeah.
I love Lindsey Sterling, too. I'm so amazed how that she's gotten beat down so many times, from that TV show America's Got Talent, that she's now selling out amphitheaters, and she's the one who is making all the profit at such a not young age, but she's just absolutely unbelievable.
Who are your idols outside? I know you said your dad and you grew up. Did you grow up in a big family or is it a small family? Who's your idol growing up in your life, your personal life?
Well, my personal life, my grandpa was always my biggest supporter. He was always there for me. He always talked about how I just need to follow my dreams no matter what, because there are, not right now, but when I was starting this out, there were people in my family who were just listen, I think that you need to focus more on school. Education is the most important. This is just going to be a hobby. You're not going to make your life off of this. But now everyone is just super supportive. My parents taking hours out of their day. My brothers, coming, dragging their butts to my shows.
So you have a big family. What is your family shaped? You have obviously your mom and your dad. How many brothers and sisters?
I have 2 younger brothers. They're 10 and 14.
How has it been? Have you gone on tour at all? Besides around your neighborhood, have you been out of the state to do tours or?
Yes, I have. I mean, I really wouldn't call it a tour, but I like to call it a tour. Last summer, my band and I we were in Nashville for a while, performing, recording, and doing shows. And then we drove to Kentucky, and we actually drove as far as New York last summer. I got to open up for Sam Hunt, Old Dominion, Jake Owen. It was super fun.
And then most of their players or band members have written songs for other people.
Right.
Yeah, you knew
so
that.
Crazy. I think that's amazing because they were playing it. I was like, what the heck are they doing playing a cover song? And I was like, hold on, they wrote this. This is so.
Oh yeah. Speaking of you going with Sam Hunt and Old Dominion, who is your dream tour companion? So if you were to go...
Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Okay, so when I was 13 years old, I actually played on stage with one of my legends. I got the opportunity to open up for and play on stage with Charlie Daniels. So that was, oh my gosh, a dream come true. I would have to say, I mean, I love Lindsey Sterling.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think I can dance like she can. I love to play Whack and Wheel for Darius Rucker. That'd be so fun. He's really, really good.
That's cool. Darius Rucker. Do you have any other talents outside of music? We talked about how you're a violin and you wanted to do classical music. Is there anything else like in high school you do, or is it just basic music?
I mean, music has always been my life. You know, I'm a nerd. You know, I like reading sometimes. Depends on what the book is. I mean, Netflix, of course. You know, for my age. I used to be a huge basketball player. You know, I used to go to the skate parks and like do all that tomboy stuff.
All right.
And I was like, well, maybe I'll break a hand. So then I quit that.
So, performing in all these different locations and venues, do you have any pre-show rituals that you do? Maybe.
Well, my band and they're right now, the oldest one is 22. Like, my bass player is 16 and my drummer is 16.
Okay.
You know, we're just always fooling around. But we put our hands in the circle, you know, say go teams. We talk about what I'm going to say, what we're going to do, what songs we're going to do based on the crowd that we see.
All right.
So, I mean, not yet. Once I have a huge big team working around me, because right now it's just my band and our parents. But once I have my whole big team, my tour, my team, that I think we're going to do a bunch of cool stuff. So I will let you know.
If you had to, say, move on from music, even though it's unfortunate with the songs that you've put out so far, what do you think you would go towards? Like, if you had to step away from music in general, so you couldn't be the classic music you wanted to do, couldn't be the country music star, what would you want to do?
I've always wanted to work with ESE kids, you know, because my brothers have, well, it's not really a disability, but they have a liver disease. So I've always been around charity work, and I've always been around the hospitals and stuff like that. And I just like helping people, no matter what. So I think that I might have something to do with that and working towards helping find a cure for my brother's disease.
That's pretty cool. That's great to hear. Yeah. Do you think that could play a big part in where you go on down the road, like playing a lot more for charity events, say opening for different kind of causes?
I think so. I think it'll help a lot because once I start meeting new people, meeting the bigger people, you know, making all those connections, I could just be like, hey, there's this charity work. You know, I know country music. They love helping people, and they'll do anything for the charity. So it would help because not only would I be able to meet like the bigger people would also be able to help the charity and then raise money and sell tickets. So I think, you know, it's a giant loop and it might help.
We talked about before how you have your project coming up, hopefully comes out in 2017. Is that the number one thing you're going to be focusing on, or are you going to be releasing like singles from it? What is the...
Right now we're pushing the whole album. You know, the album hasn't come out yet, actually. We just pushed the Kickstarters.
We totally dig the single you had, Midnight Muddin'. We've played that before a ton of times. It's a great song, but
thank you.
We hope to hear the new album come out, and we hope you have great success with that.